Guys, Summoners War 6.3 update is here tonight. It is the Siege Battle update as well as a few other things. But first, if you've missed out on spending money for transmogs, don't worry, guys. They're back, so you can spend more money. There's only a few of them, actually. There's less than usual. Usually we get more when the transmogs return. But yeah, there we go. These are the transmogs that... They're just packs. The packs that you can buy transmogs from are coming back. So if you summoned monsters in the meantime that had the transmog packs, well, you have the opportunity to spend money again. Very exciting. It's not like an event or anything. It's just it's just that. It's just the packs are back, giving you an extra opportunity to spend money, and we wanted to make a big deal out of it. So anyway, 6.3, this is the one most people care about, right? 6.3 updated. This is the Guild Siege Battle update. There's also a few other things in here as well. Function which allows you to... So this is interesting. It's kind of like, what? At first, they're kind of like, what is this? Function which allows you to repurchase the sold runes and artifacts have been added. So, let's say you sell some runes. You sell like 10 runes, and then you say, oh my god, I can't believe I sold that rune. I accidentally clicked on it. What do I do? It was a really good rune. It was one of my best runes. Or if you, more likely that people do this, if you overwrite a bad rune or a mediocre rune or whatever onto a good rune accidentally. I've known people that have done this and then contact Comtos like, please roll back my account. I just wrote over a 30 speed rune or whatever. And they've contacted Comtos to get them to roll back the account. And it's like pulling teeth with Comtos, but they will do it. They'll do it once and then you're screwed after that, right? So apparently Comtos has had enough of these emails that they're like, okay, guys, we're going to just give you a feature where if you accidentally sell runes, there's a buffer. So you can go into things that you've already sold, and you can buy back, not for excessive price or anything, just, I think this is basically because they want people to stop emailing customer service about this. And they're like, you know what, let's just add this feature so people don't have to keep emailing customer service to try to get account rollbacks for runes that they've sold or whatever. So yeah, you can repurchase things that you've sold. If you don't make mistakes, well, then good for you. But if you don't make mistakes, you don't really need this at all. It's kind of an unnecessary thing unless you find yourself selling or writing over good runes on a regular basis. then this is great for you. But yeah, I think that's why they have this. So yeah. And if you write over a rune that you wanted to keep, and you're like, oh, I wanted to take that off and put this new thing on, but instead I wrote over the rune with the old rune, the awesome rune with another rune, you can just repurchase it for 50,000 mana. So, next thing, critical hit zoom in effect and display have been improved. I think people are getting so excited for the new transmogs crit updates, or the nice camera angles with the crit things, and then also the kakis, the Onimushas. Keep calling them kakis. It's a fun word to say. The Onimushas having those special... I mean, they're still basically crit effects, but they don't crit, so they put crit effects in for whatever, regardless of critting. So they're new changes to some of the monsters that we already have that are going to make their crit effects better, like different camera angles and make it like zoom-ins, right? So critical hit zoom in effect and display have been improved just to make things look a little bit nicer, right? Just quality of, not a quality of visual improvements. Let's call it visual improvements. But it's not everything. It's just for a few different units. And I'm sure that what this is they're probably going to keep every patch. They're going to keep doing more and more and more units to make the crit effects look nicer. So it really doesn't take that much, like as far as code. Takes a little bit of tweaking, not anything too crazy. It's just changing the way the cameras move. So it's really not like a crazy amount of effort. Like, oh, they could have done this and this and this and this and that in the game. It's like not really too big of a thing. So we shouldn't really get on their case for taking time to do this when they could be doing other things. But it's really not too crazy of a thing, right? Then we have multi-battle fight against the Dimension Predator while the repeat battle is on. You still have to manual the Dimension Predator, and he's still just as annoying as ever. Well, it depends on the month, right? So, yeah, you could do that. Next up, we have Transmogrification building a special transmog of light. You can't get it yet. You can't get it yet. Calm down. Calm down. Bega, why you tease us? I didn't Kantos tease you. Special transmog for Light Fairy Queen has appeared in Sky Island. Finally, a Fran transmog. I mean, we don't have a whole lot of Light Fairy. We only have the one Fairy Queen, but we do get a transmog for it. It is from an event. The event is not happened yet. It's going to be in June. Well, I mean, of course, it's going to be in June because we're at the end of May. Goddess of Light Fairy Queen can be previewed in the Transmog building, but I've been asking for this for a while. I've been mentioning it for a while. But this is really nice because Fran came out a long time ago. People use her all the time. She doesn't have any transmogs. There's all these other units that get transmogs, but, you know, they can't really sell a Fran transmog because it's like one transmog. What are they going to do, $30 for one transmog, where you usually get 5? So, yeah, so they're doing it for an event, which is good. No complaints. That's a first for Bagel, right? Transmog can be obtained from a special event that will be held in June, so please stay tuned. I mean, I wonder if it'll be like some RTA-related event. Guys, if you do 100 RTA battles, you can get the fair... You guys are going to be like, okay, I'm just going to auto... I'm going to just stay in Challenger, and I'm going to auto, and auto, and auto, and auto. And then there we go. Or just not get the trans... No, you guys are going to want the transmog. I know you guys are going to want the transmog. Because so many people built Fran. So many people. Like everyone, basically. I'm sure there's a couple people that didn't, but 99% people, right? Dimension Hole ranking menu where you can check the best dungeon clear records has been added to... Oh, this is just the last things, right? Where we have them for the other things, but they just added it for the High Elemental because that's the newest 2As. This is... I actually didn't notice at first. I was reading this, I'm like, what? What changed? These little icons. They added these little icons. It's probably for... Because they've done improvements in the past to help colorblind people. To make it a little bit more of a differentiation because people are having trouble seeing the difference between Chow and... Back when Chow was used in RTA a long time ago. A long time ago. There was... They couldn't tell the difference between Chow and Ragdoll because they're so very similar when you're colorblind. So yeah, they just more improvements to actually see the icons to see what units are which, right? Which units are what. Summon engine display indicating the remaining time until the end of the special summon has been added to the question mark pop-up screen. So that's just a little bit of quality of life improvement. Friend, mentor, monster. I actually didn't read this. So there's just a little bit of updates to that. Yeah, these are just bug fixes, not anything too crazy. Oh, these are some things that you guys need to know, though. Mage release special summon will end on June 1st, 7:59 a.m. Mage can be used in Siege Battle starting Season 5, which we already talked about in other videos. Siege Battle starts on Season 5. We already talked about that in the last video. The power-up stones, most of you have already used them. If you haven't already, they are going to be available until the end of the month, May 31st, 7:59 a.m., and expire afterwards. I used them on almost all my accounts except for, like, free to win, I think. So, I assume most people use them to power up runes. If you haven't, the best thing to do is use them on runes that are already plus 12 to power them up to plus 15. You get the most value out of that way. Because they guarantee upgrade from 1 to 3, right? Ongoing 7th anniversary events will end soon. The Rune event, get your runes. We'll do a Rune video too. But yeah, 7th anniversary events will end soon. So make sure you get all your rewards from the 7th year anniversary events. There's only a couple days left on them, and there's some good events. So don't like, oh, I just forgot, I'm a day late. Don't do that. So the Rune event, that's some of your best runes. And guys, do not pick Trikaru runes from that event. Do not pick Trikaru runes. You want to do Swift, you want to do Rage, you want to do Will, you want to do Violent, you want to do stuff like that. 246, not 135. Don't do Trikaru runes. The super premium, be very greedy. The super premium runes. Get them before they expire. I'm going to say this, and then I'm going to not do it on my accounts. Bagel, that means you too. That means you too. So yeah, 7-year seal shop will close over there. All of this stuff, all the 7-year stuff is coming to an end. Feels Batman. So, and then we have this 7-year coins every day until the event ends over there. So, yeah. Basically, things are ending. Siege 5 is starting. And Fransmog. Transmog. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you as always in the next one.